We all do it, right? You wake up from a super vivid dream, one that feels, I don't know, important. But then you just shake it off and start your day. But what if some of those dreams are more than just, random brain noise? What if your mind is actually trying to tell you something? Well, today we're going to dive into 7 crucial dream symbols that you should probably never ignore. I mean, really think about it. That one dream that kind of stuck with you all morning, the one you just couldn't shake. Maybe it was a weird image or a feeling that just lingered, even after your coffee. Have you ever just pushed it aside and thought, nah, it was just a dream? If you have, well, join the club. You're definitely not alone. Most of us do that. I mean, we dream every single night, but how many of us actually stop and listen to what those dreams might be trying to say? And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The truth is, some dreams are like direct messages from our subconscious. They can be about what's really going on in our lives, our deepest emotions, and even the fears we don't want to admit to when we're awake. So let's start with a really common one, a category of dreams that tends to bubble up when we're feeling stressed out or totally overwhelmed. These are all about anxiety and that feeling of losing control. First up is an absolute classic. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has had this dream at some point. It's that sudden, stomach-lurching, heart-in-your-throat feeling of falling, and it usually wakes you up with a huge jolt. So if you're dreaming about falling or slipping, it's often a pretty direct symbol for feeling out of control. Your mind is basically pointing a giant flashing arrow at something in your life, maybe your job, a relationship, your finances, that just feels really unstable. It's a huge sign that you're worried about failing. Okay, now for another heart pounder, the chase dream. You know the one? Whether it's some shadowy figure, a monster, or something you can't even see, that frantic feeling of being pursued is just terrifying, and it's super common. The key thing to ask yourself here is, what are you running from? This dream almost always means you're actively avoiding something in your real life. It could be a tough conversation you've been putting off, or a big responsibility you just don't want to face. Your dream is basically a reminder that, hey, you can't outrun your problems forever. And speaking of anxiety and pressure, let's look at another major stress dream, the one where you're running late. Running late for a huge exam, missing a flight, late for a big meeting. This dream taps into that deep-seated anxiety that you're just not keeping up. It reflects a fear that time is slipping away or that you're about to miss out on some major life opportunity. It's your mind's way of saying, hey, maybe we should reevaluate our priorities here. All right. So we've talked about all those external pressures. Now let's move on and look inward. Our next set of dreams is all about our deepest insecurities, our sense of self, and how we're afraid other people see us. Okay, this next one it's just plain weird and honestly pretty disturbing. It feels incredibly real and can leave you feeling totally shaken when you wake up. The dream of your teeth falling out. What's so fascinating about this is that losing your teeth is almost never about your actual dental health. Nope. Instead, it's this incredibly powerful symbol for a loss of confidence or power. It might mean you're worried about how you look to other people or that you feel like you're losing your voice in a situation. And here's another one that's super personal but also ridiculously common. It taps into a fear we all kind of have, finding yourself completely exposed in public. See, this dream isn't really about physical shame. It's all about emotional exposure. It points to a profound feeling of vulnerability, like all your secrets or your true self are just out there for everyone to see and judge. It's a sign that you might be really afraid of what other people think. Okay, this next group of dreams. These act like a direct mirror to our emotional state. They're less about specific anxieties and more about the raw feelings we carry around with us every day. Water is one of the most powerful and honestly versatile symbols in the dream world. Because it's so fluid and changeable, it can represent pretty much any emotion you can think of, from total peace to a raging storm inside you. So whenever you dream about water, you've got to pay close attention to its state. Is it calm and clear? That's a good sign. It usually suggests emotional balance and peace. But if it's murky or turbulent, or you're caught in a flood, that's a huge, clear signal of unresolved emotional stress, like sadness or anger that feels like it's about to overwhelm you. And finally, we have a dream that can be just incredibly profound and emotional. It's a dream that many people really cherish, a visit from someone who's no longer with us. You know, these dreams can hold so many different layers of meaning. On one level, it can just be a simple, beautiful expression of how much you miss that person. It's your mind's way of bringing them close again. But other times, it can feel like a genuine message of comfort or guidance, like a reassuring presence right when you need it most. And sometimes, it can even symbolize the end of an era in your own life, that a chapter has closed and a part of you has moved on. So, now that we've gone through some of these key symbols, what do you actually do with this information? How can you become your own dream interpreter? Well, it's actually way simpler than you might think. There are really just two golden rules. First, think symbolically. A dream about your house crumbling probably isn't about your real estate, it's about your life or yourself feeling unstable. Second, and this is crucial, always connect it back to what's happening in your life right now. The exact same dream can mean totally different things for different people, all depending on what they're going through.
Ultimately, after looking at all these symbols and all these meanings, it really just comes down to one simple, powerful truth. Your subconscious mind, your inner self, is trying to talk to you every single night.
The messages are there. So the only real question left is, are you going to start listening?